Now, despite having been the president of the Oxford Review during her student years, our next guest, somewhat surprisingly, started out her professional career as a solicitor. Now, thankfully, she soon realised that law wasn't for her. She's gone on to establish a successful career as a writer, comedian, actress and broadcaster. She's here today to reveal all about her new book, which tells the disastrous but hilarious stories of her childhood family holidays. Please welcome Emma Kennedy.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
So your second show, I understand.
Go easy on me.
I will. Don't worry.
Now tell us a little bit about the book. It's called The Tent, The Bucket and Me. And that's such a cute picture.
I know.
That's such a sweet picture.
Yes,
of
that's
you.
me. That's me age 6. And the reason I used to have very, very long blonde hair. But the reason it all had to be cut off was because the end of the previous family holiday, I'd caught impetigo.
Oh.
It was like sort of a medieval illness that sort of makes your head turn to porridge. And so they had to shave all
Children,
my
if
hair
you're watching,
off.
it doesn't actually do that.
I thought it was like a skin thing.
It was all in my hair.
Was that because it was a camping holiday?
Yeah, it was a camping holiday, yeah. I mean, I was like a Petri dish when I was a child. It was just unbelievable. I mean, I've always maintained you have not gone camping until absolutely everything you possess is ever so slightly damp and you've got an independent ecosystem going somewhere.
So how many did you go on? It was always with your parents?
Yeah, always with my mum and dad. And the book covers me from 3 to 13, so it was all our camping holidays from 1970 to 1979. Because the last one, we'd had enough, and my father actually set fire to the tent.
Really?
He'd had enough.
Not with you in
He'd had enough.
Well,
No.
you say that your tent was made of the crushed souls of holiday makers.
Yes, it was.
Nice
Yes.
image. Okay.
It was. I mean, I think part of it was that we were just completely inept, that we just didn't know what we were doing. I mean, I can remember
Well done
sitting...
for persevering, though.
Thank you!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have enjoyed those holidays. That must have made you write the book.
No, Sherrie. The point is, you know, when I say disastrous attempt to have a holiday, I mean, it really was. I mean, it was breathtaking.
But the
what
French
happened to us.
camping holidays are quite bit posher, aren't they? Did you go to
Well,
France?
we did go to France, but they were. But my first trip to France was slightly marred by the fact that I fell into a toilet.
Was it?
Yeah, you know they had the hole in the ground.
Yes.
Well, the irony of that was that I'd only been taken into the toilet because someone had been sick on my leg. So I had someone else's sick on my left leg, and then I fell into the toilet. So I had a whole host of other things on my right leg. I had to be taken to a garage and hosed down.
Now, does this damage you in any way? I mean, if someone said to you now, would you go camping again? Would you do
don't
it?
be ridiculous. Although, having said that, someone does want to send me camping with my parents again.
Will you do it?
Well, you don't want to do it.
I'm absolutely sure, 100% positive that one of us will die. Because that's, you know, that's
too lucky,
that's
haven't
the
you?
only place we can go now. Yeah.
And what's it been like, obviously, talking over the family holidays with your parents? I mean, are they laughing about it now? Are they upset that you seem to think it was a bit of a disaster?
They
or?
absolutely love it. I mean, one of the things that the whole idea behind this book came about from a Sunday lunch at home with my mum and dad, and we just remembered our first holiday where the caravan went off the end of the cliff, and that was our very first family holiday. So you know, it set quite a high benchmark.
It actually told you something.
Yeah, I know.
You were an only child, though, weren't you?
Yes,
so
I was.
did you not have any little friends that you could have taken
No,
or played with?
no
or...
one wanted to come near us, Sherrie.
Oh, so that wouldn't have helped, though, would it?
Yeah.
If you'd have taken a little pal with you or something?
We were sort of like, it was like, imagine if Stig of the Dump had gone on holiday. That was a bit what we were, and no one wanted to come near us.
Do you know, our family, we've never been camping or anything like that, but I can remember my sister went when she was in her teens, and we all kind of waved her off, and she went to France. She came back with shingles.
Yeah.
She was in such a mess. It's so funny that you say, you know, about the funny ecosystems, this sort of stuff. She had a rash, she had ulcers, she'd stayed out in the sun too long, she hadn't eaten enough.
Oh, well, this is the thing. I mean, in the 1970s, sun cream wasn't invented. So I got the worst sunburn I've ever had when I was 13 in France, and there was this Dutch woman who was in the tent next door to us, and because it was a campsite in the 1970s, there's nothing to do on it, so I became the entertainment for the entire campsite, and they put me on this bed, this camp bed in front of our tent, and this woman came over to my mother and said, you know, I'm a nurse, would you like me to take her temperature? And my mum said, oh, thank you, would you? And she came up to me, a crowd had gathered, and she came up to me, flipped me onto my front, pulled down my bikini bottoms, stuck the thermometer up my lady's excuse me. In front of the crowd. Someone at the back applauded. And then she pulled it out, turned to my mother and went, oh, she's hot. Yes, I wrote that! I told you that!
What's wrong with a bit of calamine lotion?
Yeah, but if you did it again now, surely you wouldn't have to recreate, you know, the hideous conditions of camping in the 70s, because it's different now.
There's glamping
They're
now.
like houses.
Glamping is posh camping.
Yeah.
They've got beds with linen, they've got flushable toilets, you could have a shower.
They've got en suites, haven't they? And an upstairs mezzanine.
Yeah, it's
In a tent?
so some of them come with some of them come with butlers.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I like
young
the sound
men?
of that.
Really?
Glamping.
Glamping.
Unzip it and there's a man.
All the sleeping bags are covered in diamonds. Lovely.
Oh, do you know, Azab, it's so nice that we're going to talk topics and all sorts of things with you. Oh, so very quickly, have you ever done a runner? Very quickly.
Oh, yeah, recently I did, yeah. I was having... and didn't mean to, I was having lunch with Katie Brand.
Accidental runner.
Yeah, and we did that thing of, she went to the loo, then I went to the loo, and we both assumed that the other one had paid, so we just wandered off.
Oh, good excuse.
And then I rang her later and said, oh, thanks for lunch, and she went, what?
I didn't pay.
What? I thought you bought lunch, so I had to go back the next day.
Oh, you are good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and you didn't even wait 20 years or whatever.
Oh, haven't we got like 2 seconds for Emma to tell us about Spandau Ballet and why you don't like them?
Oh, well, I've never liked Spandau Ballet, and it's because during the video of Gold, I noticed it when I was at school, is that there's this moment where Tony Hadley goes, oh, like that, and you can clearly see a bogey up his nose.
It's Emma Kennedy, everyone.